Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Low Profile 2 ceiling fan. This fan I got from Cole Semenko, better known on YouTube as Vintage Fans and More. Back in 2015, so it's been 3 years now since I got the fan. I got this on a fire sale for $20 with shipping, along with the low profile and polished brass, or bright brass, and the white Passport 2. Now, the spotlight kit you see on this fan is not original to it, nor did it come with this fan when I got it from him. It actually came with the 42-inch low profile I got from Mark a few years ago, about two and a half-ish years ago now. And yeah, I think I put it back on this, try out a spotlight on this fan, because I liked how it looked on his video when he did it, a video of this fan with the spotlight it came with, which he kept when he sold this fan, which I don't blame, because these are pretty cool light kits, I think. But yeah, definitely looks really nice with this bullet spotlight kit. I can see why whoever bought the fan wanted to try a spotlight on it. Definitely has a very office look to it. That's just something I feel of, like, white fans that are like completely white with spotlights. I feel like they look like something you see in an office. But yeah, the fan is from the 11th week of 2003, so it's one of the last ones made since these were discontinued after 2003. And yeah, these are pretty big childhood fans for me. And when I saw the video that Cole did of this, I felt really, very happy to see a video of one of these. I haven't really seen a white 52-inch low profile 2 on YouTube since. I think this actually could be the first 52-inch white one, to be honest. Now it's on YouTube. Since then, it has been a few other sightings since then. But yeah. I was really this was actually this was a third option for the bedroom. If I didn't do the Panama 2, I was gonna put up this with the Piccolo Blaze, which I really didn't. I was really thinking about putting up something different, because the other two I think that didn't work. So if I didn't go along with doing a Casablanca, I was gonna actually put up this fan up, but also I would have done it with the Piccolo Blaze from the low profile that was already up. But it could still happen in the future. I already know I'll get a lot of hate for just swapping out a Casablanca for a Hunter. But since I did say before, I'm not swapping out any more fans. Obviously, I'm swapping out the basement ones when I test them because it's safe. But for upstairs, I'm not swapping any of those out until I move out of here, and that is definitely going to be. I mean, I'm sticking to my word. So if I install it somewhere, it'll be when I get my own place. Or if I was to swap out anything, I would have like someone else do it, because my mom doesn't want me swapping out more fans. But yeah. Definitely nice. I really don't like fans that are completely white as much as I do with the Bleached Oak Blaze or Pickled Oak Blaze in this fan's case. But white low profile is one of the few fans I really like in a white finish. And this is definitely one I wouldn't mind having with just a white blade showing, especially in this combination. Yeah. And I am using the 4 LEDs that were in the Black Infinity. And that's actually, make sure it has a 3-way spotlight. I'm gonna try to get some LED light bulbs, spotlight types to use down here just for testing ones, just on how to keep stealing them from the ones upstairs. And let me shut off the lights here, so we can test to see how well it lights up the room. Does a good job. It's a bit on the dim side, but I mean, that is kind of the point of these. And yeah, I do know earlier ones from like the early 90s had black motors, and then the later ones had the white motors. I think these look better with white motors. That's just me though. But yeah. And here's low. I don't think these ever came with reversible blades, to be honest. I don't recall seeing any catalog that they had reversible blades. I think these always came with just plain white blades. So that's why I'm trying it with the blades that came with the low profile one now it's in my bedroom, to see how it looks. Yeah, I always felt like the low profile 2 looks really cool with spotlight kits. Regardless of the size, I think they look pretty nice with them. Like the first one I ever saw as a kid was actually, well, that's it's still there to this day. I need to do a video of it though. It's at a motorcycle shop where they sell motorcycles and such. And then in an office, they have a bright brass one in 42 inches with a spotlight on it, a Hunter one. It's actually a bullet one too, and I always found it to be very unique looking. And then when I saw the video that Will Hollow did, which is, I forget, I don't know what his, I keep forgetting what his new YouTube name is now, but you guys already know who I'm talking about. But he had the bright brass low profile one in his dad's office at the time. That brought back memories of me seeing low profile 2 of a spotlight kit as a kid, and that's actually what influenced me to have the low profile one in my living room the way that Will had it, because it reminded me a lot of the low profile 2 that was in the office at that place back when I was a kid. I saw it a few years ago, but I think it was like it was after I started doing YouTube. But what happened was, my phone was dead that day, so I couldn't film it. Unfortunately, I really did want to get a video of it. It was like back in 2013, but yeah, I haven't been there since. But I'm definitely gonna try to get there one of these days. It's not too far from here. It's like a 20-minute drive at most. Maybe west. It was good on low speed. I'll go ahead and show it to white. I was going to add some chain extensions, but since I'm testing it, I can reach it. I'm just going to leave it without them. Plus, these fans won't have came with full chain extensions anyway, so I think I might as well just leave it like this. Just since this is how it would have looked if you, unless you added them yourselves and such. Yeah, I definitely do like how it looks better with the spotlight kit than the low profile light. Not that I dislike how it looked, but I really do like how it looks better with this. Alright, now for medium. I still have to test the antique brass when I do, I'll probably have the same combination as this, because I do have a spotlight kit for that one. An antique brass. See, that I could also even do the antique brass 15200 with a spotlight kit in an office setting as well. And it's starting to wobble a little bit with the spotlight. It did wobble a bit with the, I don't know if sometimes fans will wobble a bit more with certain light kits. That's something I've noticed. But yeah, it's wobbling a little bit with the spotlight kit. But I do remember when Cole tested it, it did have a little bit of a wobble to it. But at the same time, these aren't the original blades that were on it. I still have them, but I just figured I'd use these blades since they were already out of the plastic wrap and such. So I figured maybe just use these ones instead. And these are from a low profile, so it's still fine. From what I've been hearing, some of the low profile blades, they have like a different pitch than under 100 blades would and such. So I figured I'd just use what would be more accurate to what this fan would have used. Definitely has a very early 2000s look to it, and that's one thing I really do like about this fan. Or late 90s, early 2000s look to it. I kind of find it interesting, though, like the low profile 1 had like a different housing than the low profile 2. All they really did is just change the housing. Then with the low profile 3, all they really did was just change the switch housing and the blades a little bit, and that's really it. So it's almost like, in a way, I kind of feel like this is like, you can see this as like the transition between the low profile 1 and low profile 3, honestly. Because it's kind of like a transitional phase in between the two of them. But yeah, you don't really see the second generation one as often as the other two. I'm not sure why. Well, yeah, the second generation ones are just as childhood as the first generation ones, to be honest. Third ones not as much, but they are childhood as well. But These are the really major childhood ones, the first and second generation ones. And now we'll show it the white. But yeah, actually, if I do remember, like, I wanted to get one of these for my bedroom when I was a kid before I even got the Hunter baseball fan. When I saw this, like, on a Home Depot special order catalog for Hunter back in, like, 2001, 2002. And if I had gotten this fan, I probably would have had it with a Spotlight Kid, to be honest. But now I got one, so it makes up for it. But it definitely would have been too high at the old apartment. I mean, old bedroom. Alright, now for high. And as you guys like saw in the other video I did of it with the low profile light, the reason why, and here's another reason why I didn't want to install this in the kitchen. Because the low profile plus, if I ever was to install that again in my new, whenever I get my another house, like if I move out of here, that's probably just going to be a fan I only use for the kitchen. So if it gets yellowed, I really don't mind as much. And the fan already looks a little bit yellowed, to be honest. Where this fan, I really don't see myself, I can see myself using it in a different spot. So if it's a white fan in the kitchen, it's really only, if I was to like install a fan in the kitchen that's in a white finish, it's only a fan that I'd see myself using just in a kitchen location. So that's the only reason why I'm putting that one up instead of this. I could see me using this in a different room, like even a bedroom. And I really don't want that to be yellowed if it's going to go in a bedroom in the future. But yeah, aside from that, it is moving pretty good there for a hug, especially for a Hugger fan. That's something I can't stress enough about the 52-inch low profiles. They definitely are pretty good air movers for Huggers. They're about the same as like usually other generic Hugger or like spinner motor Hunter fans. In fact, there was a fourth option too for the kitchen, and that was the Passport 3. But I really didn't want to do that because I really didn't want to have to use a medallion again in the kitchen, because that was the main reason why I took down the Passport 2. But what I have up there now is just fine. So, yeah. Bring it up close, you can hear the air movement. I can see myself even using this like in a music room. Like if I had like a spare bedroom, I'd like probably put this in that room or something. I probably actually just have it with the white blaze, so who knows. Still haven't seen it with how it looks with the Puggled Oak blaze, so that's something I'd have to see first. Alright, let's go ahead and shut it off. And do spin down. And afterwards I'll shut it on reverse. The one thing I'm not big about testing fans down here is my mom walks around, you can hear the footsteps from above. But the video is basically almost over, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm doing an iMovie remake of video of it right now where it's just walking through it, so and plus I can always redo takes on that. Oh, well, the boilers about to turn on. So. That's another thing I don't like about testing down here. Sometimes there'll be so much background noise in the video that this can be a bit irritating. Like that. No, I think it's because she put the heat on. I think that's why I turned on. Which is like 10 degrees outside, so I don't blame her. But the basement's always really warm, hence that's why I even put up a fan down here. That and also I can test fans down here too. Not sure how well you guys can hear me, but yeah. Not sure what I'm going to be testing next after this. I take down a low profile too. Alright, reverse. Speaking of which, actually, well, speaking about this fan, since I have it up, I know there's the low profile 5, which is pretty uncommon, but one that's even more uncommon is there was actually a 5-way version of the low profile 2, believe it or not, which is actually even harder to find in low profile 5. That's actually something I think I would definitely love to find. Saw a pic of it on the Facebook ceiling fan group about a year or so ago. That's definitely something I'd love to find. Alright. Show off the light. And there was actually another fan I was planning to test down here this week, but I remember that I didn't have a light kit that I actually wanted to try on it, and also I need to find the last blade arm for it. So I figured I'd just test this one instead. So this will be covering this week's, well, when this one's up, it'll be last week's, and this will be for the week that you sync this one up, and then after that, I'll be testing something else. Oh wait, I forgot to move it to medium. There's medium. Only one I really need now is just the bright brass one, which I've actually been on a lookout for quite some time. I'm pretty sure, but I am getting one, hopefully at some point from somebody. As long as he hasn't forgotten that I was planning to buy it from him. Alright, show the way. Alright. Never high. And I am feeling a good breeze from it over here. All right. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more fan videos to come.